Hello and welcome back to Tale of Two Wastelands. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. And if I recall correctly, there was some more stuff to talk to Dr. Dalla about.
And you return as curious as a teddy bear. Are you stuck in a looping gesture of greeting?
A looping gesture of greeting?
Looping, yes. It is a scientific fact that hormones drive a percentage of lobotomites into recursive behavior patterns. We haven't researched this, as my colleagues care little about the behavior patterns of lobotomites once their brains are removed. It is why so many are littered around the facility, like skin envelopes, discarded after they are peeled open and the contents extracted.
Well, you know, there's a difference between recursion and iteration. Looping usually being the latter. And yes, one can be converted into the other, but there are important performance considerations, namely memory limitations, that come up in recursion. Anyway, what recursive behavior patterns?
It varies according to the number and density of lobotomites that have infected an area. In 43% of observed cases, two lobotomites left alone will fight for dominance or inject bodily fluids into each other's orifices. Unsanitary.
Hot.
I have tried to observe more cases, but subjects seem unwilling to release bodily fluids in my presence.
Maybe that's just because you're not touching them the right way? Why'd you remove my brain?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
How am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
And what is my brain supposed to be doing all this time? Since apparently it's not operating my body, or it is operating my body, so maybe what do the brains of all the other lobotomites do? Tell me about Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
How come he gets his own dome? I don't understand how this tech will help.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the Dome, where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
Tell me about the Big Empty.
The Big Empty? Now that's not a proper title for this research facility. You sound like previous test subjects that came here. This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
Previous test subjects?
Oh yes, we've had other subjects visit. It's why we had to calibrate the pacification field and warm up our brainial beams and vivisectors. Only a short time ago, we had 3-1 subjects arrive, and they ruined several experiments and even injured 2 of our staff. It is a shame their brains left with them. With you, however, we have taken precautions to ensure that problem won't repeat itself. We've conditioned you so you can't speak of this place, discuss our secrets, or attempt to use force against us in any way. Isn't that nice?
Makes me a little force-usy, if you know what I mean. 3-1 subjects?
Because 3-1 is 2. 2 spoke to us, one after the other. One mean, one curious. But there was a third we didn't speak to. The last one is the -1. It got traumatized, then taken to one of our medical centers for de-traumatization. A rather unsettling procedure.
You'd think it would be a settling procedure. Alright, so we've got Ulysses, and we've got Elijah, and we've got Christine, in roughly that order. What happened with the visitors?
Ask Dr. O. And you could have asked 8 once, until he was severely damaged in the attack. We like him better this way.
I had other questions.
Perhaps you are stuck in a looping gesture of verbal intercourse.
Enough with the looping. Is there any way to remove the pacification field?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all lobotomites here.
Right, so I get my brain back and then I can do as I please. Sounds tasty. Shut up. We've spoken enough.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Okay, so Dr. O might have something to say about...
Hovering. I mean, if you want.
You're the one that's hovering. I'm standing.
Predictable. The lobotomite specimen returns. Its purpose? Repetition. Chances of success? High.
I heard you and 8 were attacked.
I don't like to talk about it. 8, he can't talk about it. They fried his voice module. Something good. It wasn't all the visitors, though. Only one of them got out of control. He's the one that took control of Little Yangtze, our old human farm.
Tell me what happened.
This human, I can't believe it. He broke out of the think tank in seconds. Then he went for Yangtze, got bomb collars, and started practicing on the subjects that were still there until he got the right frequency. We were sending robots to stop him, and he was slicing and cutting through their shells with some souped-up laser gun like they were cheese paper. When he hacked into the mainframe, A tried to stop him and got fried. Me? He rerouted my processors to take control of the train network here. If you see the tunnels with the trains plowed into them, you can thank our visitor for that. He wrecked the whole place. While we were trying to keep containment on the surface, turns out he used one train to punch out a tunnel and escape. Sealed now, but...
Who were the others?
2 other human specimens. One arrived not long after the troublemaker, and the last one, not sure when he showed up. Thought the first one was going to be lobotomized in Y-17. She got out somehow. The last subject, Klein might know more. He talked to him, and let him leave the think tank. Hope he knew what he was doing.
Why is that?
Klein knows things we don't. And I think he told some of those things to the last visitor. Dangerous things if they ever got out.
That sounds exciting, and I think we've spoken long enough.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Bye-bye. And do we have here? Dr. 8, good. I don't know that he's going to have much to say. Can you speak? Your voice module got damaged, I heard. That is too bad. I'm pretty sure you can understand me, and I want some answers. Tell me about the attack. Part of the damage? There's got to be a way for me to pass a science check and fix this shit. Who are you? Sounds important. Do you know anything about Dr. Mobius? Ooh. Calm down. Tell me about technologies. You sound agitated. Here we go. Robco Termlink Protocol. I have hacked a lot of Robco terminals. Hack the protocol? It'll only take a second to violate your rights and make your voice mine. Oh, but I don't want to do that, do I? I'm not going to take advantage of your exposed code. I do know what it's like to be experimented on. Oh. Tell me about the emitter. Okay. I've been to your house. There's an emitter code, which I already have, probably. 2 codes. Got the emitter fully upgraded. Is this good TV? That's too bad, because I'm going to do it. Oh, he's fired up about that. It is a little slow to fire, but the force field is handy. Are you okay? You should be proud. Yeah, don't want it to run out. I'll be going now. Do I still has quest, or did I finish it? Oh, wait a dang minute. I haven't found all the audio samples yet? Alright, well, that's fine. There are actually a couple of locations that I haven't visited yet anyway.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Well, all commies are animals, but what's that got to do with me? Did you call me an animal?
Yes, animal. Hormones, pores, glands, all wrapped up in skin. Who knows what terrifying secrets lie beneath your epidermis? Scalpels shall tell us your secrets, even if we must cut deep for such knowledge. I was head of my biology class at American High, you know.
Nobody cares about high school biology. I encountered your pet.
So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering.
What do you do here?
Before you is the brain of Dr. Boros, head of animology, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
You are responsible for cazadors?
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
They are none of those things. None.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding.
They definitely breed.
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
Go ahead. You might make me more fertile, or impregnate me.
Impregnate you? What? Do you want to make me vomit inside my tank? The mere notion makes the edges of my biomed gel crystallize into asymmetrical patterns.
You don't seem to have a grasp on your own research.
Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try.
So, when did you create cazadors?
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards from the Great Static, or beyond. There were the tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. 2003, May, 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 Tuesday. 2003, Why are we even debating this? What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts.
What about figures? Tell me more about Mobius.
The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying robo-scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater of Big Mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
Tell me about the radar fence.
The radar fence protects us all. If evidence is correct, the one who built it is me. It keeps anything with a disembodied brain inside, like us, and anything without a brain also inside. It is the ultimate defense against communist aggression. There'll be no infectious ideas on my watch.
It's actually basically useless against communist stuff, because all it does is trap you here. Fence doesn't make much sense.
It makes perfect sense. Who are you to question the mighty radar fence? Ever since my anxiety-filled days of powerlessness and being bullied in American high school, I have dreamed of such security as the fence. That and giant cybernetic dogs that would ruthlessly patrol and kill anyone who wasn't my friend, like Richie Marcus and Betsy Bright. Who's laughing now, Betsy? I hope you and Richie are happy smoking in your radioactive coffins. I'm glad you never came to my birthday party.
Don't you want to leave here?
No! Beyond is death, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. No matter where these strange humans wander in from with their ideas and new brains, there is nothing beyond Big Mountain.
Evidence to the contrary.
Enough! Stop filling my precious brain cell units with irrelevant data. You sound like the other visitors, making wild claims of a world beyond, where there is a war beyond war. It is unproven and unthinkable. Bother the other doctors with your crackpot theories. I have no time. None of us do.
What does Klein want with these technologies?
There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science is powerful, and in the right hands, our hands, if we had hands, we would be nigh unstoppable.
Well, you used to have hands. Tell me about Big Mountain.
It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time.
Why have you leveled this place?
It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain. After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore, so the crater became our testing grounds for science.
Test cities?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, We could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tec was much better at it, of course. We had to make do. Get permission. Sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
What was this explosion?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
I had other questions.
Submit your questions. I shall respond with deadly answers.
Oh, never mind, we've spoken enough.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
So melodramatic, that one. Alright, so I've done the circuit, and the one that I have not talked to is the main one. I think I picked up an additional quest. A brain's best friend. He came and went. Alright, you know what? I'm done talking for a while. Done talking to robots. Not done talking to you. So I want to wrap up some of these side quests. And then we can come back and talk some more. Anytime now.
You're my best friend forever.
Oh, I forgot you talked. Oh, that's why I haven't completed that one, is because I cannot. Alright. Well, let's see about that one then. He gonna be... What's up with that? Alright, well, Higgs Village, anyway. That's where we're going. Oh. Good job. Yeah, thank you for that. Alright, so that's it for that one. Right, can't do that. Okay, well that didn't take very long, did it? You know, it really feels like there ought to be something in that fountain, even though it also ought to be impossible to get to it. Alrighty, well, I spent plenty of time talking to folks this episode, and we have since run out. Come back and see me again next time, and I will do more talking. Doesn't that sound nice? Talk to you soon.